Hi everyone, my name is Danielle. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience at Ivey Business School and the MBA program. So for those who are unfamiliar with Ivey, it's a business school at the University of Western Ontario, which is located in London, Ontario, which is a city of about 400,000 people, located about 2 hours away from Toronto. When I decided I wanted to do an MBA about 2 years ago, I really thought about what I wanted to get out of this program, and for me it was a fully immersive experience where I could really just focus on this for a year or 2 years and get the most I absolutely can out of the program. So for me, I thought about where I could best do that. I had heard great things about Ivey just from alumni and the business community who said it was, the best business school in Canada. And in addition to that, I like the idea of going to a city like London where everyone would come here for the same exact purpose. There's not a lot of people from our program from London, so we're all experiencing a new city for the first time, and I think it really adds to the sense of community as well. The other thing I really like about Ivey is this aspect of case method learning. So for many of you, I'm sure your undergrad was a lot of lectures, a lot of readings, a lot of assignments and exams, but not very interactive, and that was certainly the case for me. So when I heard about Ivey and how everything was based on real-world business scenarios, that really intrigued me. So after doing some research on Ivey and other business schools, I decided to book a flight to London to get to experience this case method learning in person. I sat in on a finance class that was about 1 hour and 20 minutes long, and I came out of there just in disbelief of how much I had learned just in that short period of time. I also really loved the energy in the room. It seemed like everyone was so, such a tight community, but then the profs also had a really positive relationship with the students, and I knew immediately that that was the place for me. So one other really unique aspect about the program is that it's condensed into a year. So you have an entire curriculum just in 12 months. So obviously at times that means it's really busy. We've done probably close to 200 cases in the 8 months I've been in the program. But there's a lot of upside as well. We've done a ton of fun extracurricular activities despite the pandemic. So some scavenger hunts, I've played a lot of golf, I've learned to play cricket, we've celebrated holidays from different countries around the world. So if you're somebody who likes to work hard but also like to have a lot of fun and work in team settings, then Ivey might be the place for you. I'm sure like many of you, I put a lot of effort into trying to understand what it is the admissions office was looking for out of an applicant. My advice to you would be to not be so concerned about what makes a perfect Ivey MBA candidate, and instead just focus on what you bring to the table that is unique. I will say the diversity in our class is incredible, and that's really what makes this program so great. I think for me, what ultimately led to me being admitted into the program is, for one, I do have a background in consulting, which is a profession that a lot of people in the program want to go in. But also I think it was my not-for-profit experience, my volunteer experience, and also just my personability. I think that through my interactions with the admissions office, I give off a vibe that I would work well in teams, and I think that's really important at Ivey and what ultimately led to the decision to admit me. One other thing to consider when you're going into your interview or even your video essays is that it is a case-based school. So the admissions office, I think, likes to know that you have your finger on the pulse in terms of business issues. So always a good idea to read up on those ahead of time because you'll likely get asked something like, what's a problem in the media that would make for a really good business case. So be ready for that one as well. So I hope you found this video really helpful in your application process. Best of luck, and I really do hope that you decide to join the Ivey community.